know the story. You don't, the real one's much more gory. The phony one, the one you know, was cooked up years and years ago.
And made the sound as soft and sappy, just to keep the children happy. Mind you, they got the first bit right, the bit were in the dead of night.
The ugly sisters, Jules and all, departed for the palace ball, while darling little Cinderella was locked up in a slimy cellar.
The rat who wanted things to eat began to nibble at her feet.
She bellowed help and let me out. The magic fairy heard her shout. Appearing in a blaze of light, she said, "My dear, are you all right?" "All right," cried Cindy. "Can't you see? I feel as rotten as can be."
She beat her first against the wall and shouted, "Get me to the ball! There's a disco at the palace. The rest have gone and I'm jealous."
I want a dress, I want a coach, and earrings, and a diamond brooch, and silver slippers, 2 of 2s, and lovely nylon pantyhose.
Done up like that, I'll guarantee. The handsome prince will fall for me. The fairy said, "Hang on a tick." She gave her wand a mighty flick, and quickly, in no time at all, Cindy was at the palace ball.
It made the ugly sisters wince to see her dancing with the prince. She held him very tight and pressed herself against his manly chest.
The prince himself was turned to pulp. All he could do was gasp and gulp. The midnight struck, she shouted, "Heck, I've got to run to save my neck."
The prince cried, "No, alas, I'll back." He wrapped her dress to hold her back. As Cindy shouted, "Let me go," the dress was ripped from head to toe.
She ran out in her underwear, and lost one slipper on the stair. The prince was on it like a dart, he pressed it to his bounding heart. "The girl this slipper feeds," he cried, "tomorrow morn shall be my bride."
I'll visit every house in town, until I've dragged the maiden down. Then rather carelessly, I fear, he placed it on a crate of beer. At once, one of the ugly sisters, the one whose face was blotched with blisters, sneaked up and grabbed the dainty shoe, and quickly flushed it down the loo. Then it is placed, she called me put, the slippers from her own left foot. Aha, you see, she blood grows thicker, and Cindy's luck starts looking sicker.
Next day the prince went charging down to knock on all the doors in town. In every house the tension grew. Who was the owner of the shoe? The shoe was long and very wide. A normal foot got lost inside. Also it smelled a wee bit icky. The owner's feet were hot and sticky. Thousands of eager people came to try it out, but all in vain.
Now came the ugly sister go. One tried it on. The prince screamed no, but she screamed, "Yes, it fits! Whoopee!" So now you've got to marry me. The prince went from ear to ear. He muttered, "Let me out of here." "Oh no, you don't. You made a rule. There's no way you can back out now." Off with her head, the prince rode back. The coup it was with one big whack.
This pleased the prince. He smiled and said, "She's prettier without her hat." Then up came sister number 2, who yelled, "Now I will try the shoe." "Try this instead," the prince shelled back. He swung his thrust and sword and smack. Her head went crashing to the ground. It bounced a bit and rolled around. The kitchen building stunts, Cinderella heard her fuss of bouncing head upon the floor, and spoke her own head round the door.
"What's all the racket?" Cindy cried. "Mind your own biz," the prince replied. But Cindy's heart was turned to shreds. "My prince," she thought, "he cups of heat."
How could I marry anyone who does that sort of thing for fun? The prince cried, "Who's this dirty slut? Off with her nut, off with her nut."
Just then, all in a blaze of light, the magic fairy hove in sight.
Her magic fairy went swoosh and swish. Cindy, she cried, come make a wish. Wish anything and have a dub, and I will make it come about. Cindy answered, oh kind fairy, this time I shall be more wary.
No more princes, no more money, I have had my taste of honey. I'm wishing for a decent man. They are hard to find, do you think you can?
Within a minute Cinderella was married to a lovely fella, a simple jam maker by trade, who sold good homemade marmalade.
Their house was filled with smiles and laughter, and they were happy even